Joining us now is the author of that Politico report. Josh Meyer is senior investigative reporter at Politico. Josh, thanks for being here. Tell us why people should look at this as important, this revelation about what you found out in your report.
Well, thanks, Brett. By the way, that's the first time I've heard the State Department's response, so I'll be curious to get my, my take on that from them. But, I think it's important for several reasons. One of them is that, when they did the very well choreographed rollout of the Iran deal and the prisoner swap, they specifically mentioned 7 Iranians that were either freed from prison or freed from bail awaiting charges. The official rollout of it did not include any of the details about 14 other fugitives. I mean, they were mentioned in passing in a statement, but nothing about 14 fugitives, some of whom are very high on the list of, targets of U.S. counterproliferation experts in terms of Iran's nuclear program, ballistic missiles program, and its weapons programs. So these are some pretty dangerous people.
So there are some DOJ sources that wanted to get reaction to your piece. They said that none of the Iranian individuals named in the swap, whether it's the 7 who were offered clemency or the 14 whose charges were dropped, had American blood on their hands, and they're pushing back that the deal hampered the Justice Department counterproliferation efforts, saying that there are 90 cases being investigated by the DOJ. I will tell you that they wouldn't provide any details of any of those cases, saying that they're under seal. What do you say to that?
Well, I mean, all of that's in my story. I was back and forth with the Justice Department for many weeks on this, and so that's a little bit off target. I mean, the 90 that they mention is individuals and entities. So often in one of these cases, you'll have 5 or 6 people and 10 or 12 companies and so forth. So to say that that's a lot of people, there's no context to that at all. I mean, I talked to dozens of people for this story, current, former officials, FBI, Homeland Security, Commerce people, Justice Department, you name it, and they all said that in the run-up to the deal, the Iranian deal and the prisoner swap, which is about a 14 to 18-month period, things slowed down, things were derailed, some things were delayed, undermined. We're talking about investigations, prosecutions, efforts to lure key Iranian targets to third countries so that they could be arrested, efforts to extradite people. And so today we're writing a story, it should be up now, about how the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee, the House Foreign Affairs Committee wants a lot of answers to this to find out the specifics. So we'll see what they come up with.
The bottom line here, Josh, is that the amazing lengths that the Obama administration went to get this deal across this finish line, not only in the specifics of the deal, but kind of these side deals that we're just learning about, and some that I'm sure we don't know about yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that, once the deal was implemented in January of 2016, slowly the system kicked back into gear. There were more prosecutions, including some that appeared to be on hold for many, many months, if not many years. One dated back to 2008 that we mentioned in the story. But, there's people that think that this whole effort to sort of keep the counterproliferation effort in check, the law enforcement element of it, while they got the deal done, has harmed the process going forward, perhaps indefinitely. I mean, David Albright, who you just had on the show, as mentioned in the story, who says that, we basically, dismantled the infrastructure that we had put in place to go after Iran and its nuclear network in the United States. So it's going to be hard to pick up the pieces and get it back going again.
Well, it's a fascinating story, and I commend it to our viewers. Josh, thanks for being on.
My pleasure, Brett.